Good afternoon. You've tuned into ET Now, and this is Market Fatafat with me, Karunya Rao. Before we kickstart the show, we have an important interaction lined up for you as coronavirus outbreak continues to affect the production of goods and financial markets. The Vice Chairman of Toyota Kirloskar Motor, Vikram Kirloskar, spoke to us, and he reiterated confidence in the resumption of trade with China. He also spoke about BS6 emission rollout, and that, according to him, is on schedule. Let's listen in.
Well, certainly people who are importing from China, I'm sure their supply chains have been affected. But I believe factories in China have restarted and they're finding ways how to send clean product around the world. So I'm sure the disruption will get over soon. The learning, like I said earlier, the conference is we have to relook at our whole risk management in factories, in our companies, how we de-risk our supply chains is one story. Second, it's a big opportunity for India, Indian suppliers also to say that even I can make something here and I'll supply you here without this risk.
Will this new challenge will further lengthen the recovery process which we were looking for? One, obviously in the economy, and second, the auto industry. We were all thinking that once BS6 comes in, things will be settling down. But now there's one more challenge our way.
No, I think the recovery will go on its own pace. We are always facing such challenges. If not the virus, something else will be there. Yeah. Yes. So we'll have to go through that. I think finally the demand in the economy is demand in the economy. It's not going to depend so much. It's going to depend purely on economic growth in the country. I don't know how much we are really dependent on China for our economic growth, maybe some extent, but not overall. If you look at our trading partners, our biggest trading partners are really US and Europe. China is picking up, but perhaps more on imports rather than exports. So I think it may not affect us as an economy. We may have temporary disruptions, and I think we will get over them. We are a strong country. We've got innovative people. And we are people who will find opportunities and problems.
So next month there's a big day. After next 30 days we'll be stepping into the BS6 era. Yeah. And a lot of us have been waiting for it. The auto companies have done a fabulous job by able to manage it. How do you see the sales, the demand, and everything going forward? Do you think there will be a shift once that happens?
I don't know, and I'm not sure of the numbers in other companies. In my company, we have no more BS4 available in the country. We are only on BS6 right now, all our products.
And the growth story from April?
It's from April. We'll have to see till April now. With this coronavirus and the economic issues, a lot of tourism has come down. I believe hotels have a lot of cancellations. I believe airlines have cancellations, so it's certainly going to affect. And the tourism industry is a big customer of the automobile industry. It's certainly going to affect us. Let's see how it goes. It's hard to tell right now. But the conversion has certainly been done, as you said, rightly said. Most companies have taken in their stride and have converted to BS6 in time. And I must compliment the government also. They've got BS6 fuel in time as well.
So, I was speaking to some of the players yesterday as well, and speaking about the current freight rates, they have gone up quite a lot.
You're asking now questions beyond my comprehension.
So, just wondering, do you think that will something which will impact the prices as well, or will the companies take it in the chin?
Any increase in price in a supply chain, whether it's picking it up and putting it in the next place, or putting in an aeroplane or a car or a train or bicycle, is going to affect the price of goods. Obviously, it can't be absorbed by air.
All right, moving on to Market Fatafat. Then I have Richard Jain joining me on the technicals, along with my colleagues from the research desk, Samya Sharma and Vinny Motiwala. Let's kickstart Market Fatafat then, looking at stock number one, that's a Yes Bank. And of course, big news coming in this morning, SBI leading a consortium that will buy stake in the troubled Yes Bank. And it's been authorized to pick other members of the consortium as well, but what the details will be, what the nature of the deal will be like, is still not clear. Nobody has been, neither of the managements, Yes Bank or SBI, have offered any update or any kind of clarity on that as of now. But the street definitely says that the move is in support for Yes Bank, which was in a very, badly needed capital infusion at this point in time. Minimum regulatory requirement to be at 8% as on March 31st, 2020. The move will definitely remove a big overhang on the stock of Yes Bank, which was falling in distress. And the move, of course, will be overall a positive development for the banking sector as well. That's Yes Bank for you. Continues to fly in trade, up 22%. SBI also pretty much in the green. Ruchit, coming to you for another big mover in trade. That's a GAIL. Very high volume seen there. Good gains coming in over the last couple of sessions as well. Right now, cooled off a tad bit, but still trading above 106 rupees a piece. What's your view here?
See, overall, if you see the recent historical data, then this stock has been an underperformer within the space. And also, if you look today, we had already seen a gap up opening in the stock, but after the gap up opening, there is no follow-up buying seen. So I think the undertone still is not that bullish as of now. 100 rupees continues to be support, and a pullback move on any up moves towards 112, 150. The stock is likely to face stiff resistance again.
Intraday, we also saw several other private lenders' stocks soar in trade. HDFC Bank also saw a good uptick. Right now, definitely has cooled off from the day's high. But Vinny is here to give us an update about why the stock is in focus. Vinny.
So Karanya, Citibank has come out with a note and they have maintained a buy on HDFC Bank stock. They have given a target price of around 1,600 per share, and they believe that the market share gain is likely to drive the growth for the bank, as well as the asset quality of the company has been quite good. The bank has been very stable. Plus, they think the deposit garnering over the prioritizing the depositing garnering over the margin. So that is a very good sign by HDFC Bank, as well as Citi believes that growth in retail as well as SME is to continue and grow at a faster rate going forward as well. They believe that increase in consumer leverage is also very manageable by the bank and very good for the bank. So that is why they are maintaining a buy of the stock even at 1,600 per share.
Moving on to stock number 4, then Soumya, 3M. What a rally has it seen in the last couple of sessions? Can you give us more indicators and factors as to why the stock is buzzing?
Well, Karna, giving a little brief about this company, it manufactures products which are basically into personal healthcare and of course safety products such as face masks and sanitizers. So given that they are products of, their manufacture of such products in the current environment when we're seeing a lot of spread with the new cases of coronavirus being reported, the demand for such products has been on a roll and has been on an increase. So definitely on back of this, they're actually facing a lot of demand and supply pressures given the stocks are actually getting diluted because the demand is so high. So definitely on back of all of these developments, we are seeing the stock rally, and today also we're seeing the stock gain close to about 4%.
Right, trading higher by more than $800 a share. Very solid gains coming in for 3M. Okay, moving on then to our next stock, Aurobindo Pharma, a stock in the limelight because they've recalled one lot of glycopyrrolate injection from the US. The recall has been triggered by elevated levels of benzaldehyde impurity that has been spotted in this particular drug, and that's why essentially they have recalled it. The product was being manufactured at Unit 4, which is an injectable facility of the company. The recall by the US FDA has been classified by Class 3 recall, and Aurobindo is right now awaiting the flag classification for Unit 4. That is still awaited. The stock in the meantime is looking fairly stable in trade. It's up almost 2%. Ruchit, coming to you for a stock that's been a bit of a drag, quite a bit of a drag, I would say, Zee Entertainment. How do you see the charts playing out?
The trend for the stock is still negative. We have seen the low top, low bottom structure formation, and whenever in the recent past as well, there have been pullback moves. Those pullback moves have been sold into. So as of now, there are no positive signs in the stock. 260, 255 range is the stiff resistance for the stock, and we might see the stock again retesting the recent lows of around 220 to 230.
All right, that's the Zee Entertainment sulking in trade and how down 6%. Let's step into a short break here. We'll be back with the more stocks to watch on the other side of this break. Welcome back. You're still watching Market Fatafat on ET now. Time to bring up an all-cargo logistics stock that's very much in focus and also in the green right now. Vinny, can you tell us what is the update on this one?
So in all cargo logistics, finally they have received an approval from the regulators for its open offer of 25% stake in Gati. Now this process, acquisition process, has been started since, we go to see in December 5th, 2019. Now finally this offer, this open offer will start in March 2020 and end in April 2020, and that will end the acquisition process for all cargo as well. And after this acquisition, all cargo will be holding around 47% stake in Gati, and that's why we are seeing this up move in all cargo as well today.
All right. However, though it's cooled off significantly right now, trading just along the flat line in the green. Let's pull up another private lender then, Bandhan Bank. Soumya, why is the stock buzzing?
Well, today we have Motilal Oswal initiating a buy and initiating coverage on the stock with a buy stance. In fact, the target price stands at around 500 rupees per share. They add that the return ratios have been strong, and in fact, going forward also they'll remain good. Their acquisition and merger with Gruhu Finance actually will help them diversify their asset to drive sustainable growth. They add that the company has a strong deposit franchise, and in fact, this has shown a growth of around 53% of CAGR over FY 16 to 19, so that remains strong with a focus on retail deposits. And in fact, the valuations also look very reasonable as of now. In fact, the near-term concerns emanating from north, their exposure to northeastern states has also been factored in. So, taking all of this into factor, they have initiated a coverage with a buy stance.
Bandhan Bank, in the meantime, looking very resilient, up almost 4%. Another stock that's buzzing away in trade from the mid-cap space is a V-Mart. In fact, Motilal Oswal is the brokerage here, which has upgraded the stock to a buy. The target that they've given is 2,700 rupees. They've flagged off a host of triggers and positives for the company going forward, and at present, what they see as a good trigger and auguring well. Focus continues to be on lower tier regions. They have an early mover advantage in markets like this, being one of the key and one of the few operating companies within the value chain which are in the organized space, value retail chains. They have better products at attractive price points. That also works very well for the company. Operational efficiencies appear to be working well despite a weak consumption demand. They've been able to, at least if not a strong, then at least posting a moderate same-store sales growth amid a market like this. Disciplined store expansion based solely on internal accruals. That is something that's ensured a well-capitalized net cash balance sheet as well, which is again a big positive for the company according to Motilal Oswal. The stock, as you can see, flying in trade, up 5.5%. Moving on then, from one private lender, which is Bandhan Bank, to another, that's the Kotak Mahindra. Ruchit, come in on this one. How do you see it panning out?
Overall, the chart structure looks quite positive, because recently when we have seen a correction in the stock from the highs of around 1740, yesterday's low coincides with this 200-day moving average support, which has not been breached since long time. Also, if we compare this stock with the other banking, other names from the banking space, the relative correction in Kotak Bank has been quite less. So, the relative strength is quite positive. So, I think if any existing longs are there, they should continue to hold on with stop loss below 1575, which is now a very strong support. And any minor dips could also be used to add fresh longs in this counter.
All right, Kotak in the meantime is looking very upbeat, gaining about 3% a share. 3% a share. Okay. Vinny, telecom stocks once again back in the news. What's the latest?
So Karunya, now there's an update which has come further that the government has asked Airtel as well as Vodafone Idea to pay their balance dues on the date which is mentioned by the government, and there should not be any delay, is what the government is saying. Up till now, if we go to see, the government has received around 26,000 crores from these telecom companies overall. But let's see whether they actually go up. They manage to pay on the due dates which are there for the AGR dues, and how it actually pans out for both the stocks. Today we have seen that Vodafone is falling in trade, while Bharti Airtel is slightly above and is in the green today, Karunya.
Okay, right. Vodafone, however, continues to sulk and continues its with continues with its downward trajectory. With that, we're going to wrap it up on this edition of Market Fatafat. That's all the time we have. Thanks Ruchit, Soumya and Vinny for joining us, and thanks to our viewers for watching the show.